Chair will now recognize himself for a round of questions. Mr. Cohen, as the digital TV transition unfolds and cable systems are upgraded to full digital capacity, many channels may be shifted to digital tiers, some before others. Today we're discussing PEG channels. Up in Massachusetts, many consumers are upset that C-SPAN 2 is being moved. What is the criteria which Comcast uses to determine which channels to transition and when?
The Chairman is correct. There is and as I noted in my testimony, in my oral statement, this is really not just a PEG issue. Part of our digital transition, which I think is different than the broadcast digital transition that Congress has tended to focus on, is our long-term program ultimately to transition our plants, and I'm talking cable now, to a fully digital platform. There is no science to answer the question that you have raised. It is more a matter of art as we look at bandwidth and as we look at the packages of channels that we are offering. We try and make judgments and assessments based on overall customer demand, and we're trying to migrate channels that may have lesser customer demand in order to add high-definition channels and other services that have greater customer demand. In C-SPAN's case, let's remember we have C-SPAN, we have C-SPAN 2, we have C-SPAN 3, which was launched exclusively as a digital channel. So C-SPAN, prime C-SPAN, we have not migrated to digital anywhere. C-SPAN 2 has been one of the several dozen channels, analog channels, that we have begun the process of migrating to digital. When we do that, we try and put in place affordable plans for our customers to gain access to those channels. We added a new digital tier called Digital Starter or Enhanced Cable or Basic Digital in all of our markets as we began this migration, so that there would be an affordable digital option for the customers who still wanted to receive access to those channels.
Well, can I ask Mr. Cohen, when C-SPAN 2 is being moved, are they being moved and agreeing to it, or are they being moved and being resistant to it?
Well, our affiliation agreement with C-SPAN gives us the right to move C-SPAN, C-SPAN 2, and C-SPAN 2 to digital. And it gives us, and as I said, C-SPAN 3.
And have they agreed to that? Are they happy with it? In other words, there's a lot of things that
I think everybody
you kind of, you agree that, certain things will happen, but then when someone invokes it as a contract, and here C-SPAN 2 is just being moved from its neighbor, C-SPAN 1, and C-SPAN 2 tends to cover the Senate more, so I'm doing this obviously more dispassionate, but a lot of my constituents seem to enjoy watching the Senate proceedings, and so it seems to me that the cable industry used to tout that C-SPAN 2 was going to join C-SPAN 1, and now as it's put in a different category, just the question is from C-SPAN. Are they just going agreeably, or are they at least internally questioning the wisdom of the decision?
I think every content provider would like to have their channel carried on a tier of service that had the broadest possible distribution. So if you were to ask C-SPAN where would they prefer to have C-SPAN 2 carried, they would tell you as an analog channel.
So you're saying that C-SPAN agreed to it as part of their carriage agreement with the cable operator?
That is correct.
That the cable operators could put it wherever they wanted.
That is correct. And but I would note, let me just say, there's always a win here. So when C-SPAN launched C-SPAN 3, a lot of cable providers, by the way, including Comcast, did not launch it ubiquitously across their digital plan. So as we've been migrating C-SPAN 2, we have always simultaneously launched C-SPAN 3.
Okay, I have to just, only because my time is going to run out, and I want to ask Ms. Toriano a quick question, because I'm concerned about the fact that closed captioning is not easy to selectively turn on and off by consumers. It strikes me that technologists ought to be able to solve this limitation regarding closed captioning. Would you please comment on how closed captioning can be addressed?
Yes. First of all, if the city or the PEG provider provides us with programming with captioning, we can carry that. At this point in time, we cannot close that. It's open captioning. It is one of the issues that we have talked to communities about. Clearly, you've heard it from your constituents. I've talked to numerous cities in Michigan, and I've heard the same thing. What we're in the process of doing is we are having dialogue, and this is one of the issues that we have heard, and in fact, we think right now we're in the process of taking those issues back. We've taken them back. That's not the only issue that that communities have communicated to us, but that is one. And you're right, we can't do it right now.
You know, obviously, we're very concerned about that issue in the committee. We're proud of building it into the Americans for Disabilities Act in 1990 out of this committee and part of the 1996 Telecom Act. It's something that we're all collectively very proud of. Ms. Folger, quickly, do you have a comment on that issue?
Closed captioning is very important to our disability community, and we feel that if AT&T can offer it on all their other channels, they should be able to offer it on ours as well. We don't want sub-quality standards.
Yeah, I thank you. Back when we were mandating that all TV sets be able to carry closed captioning, the television manufacturers were fighting us, but we mandated that it happen, and we worked with all of the content industries as well, and we kind of created a whole new industry, you know, that people could be, guys could be at bars and watching the game and trying to meet new people at the same time and, you know, keeping up with it. Who knew what we were going to be doing with that? And immigrants able to kind of turn it on so their children could see what it was, you know, in English, even as the people are talking. And there are millions of Americans, new Americans, who do that as well. So this is very important. This closed captioning can't be left behind.